Good evening and welcome to the fourth week of Hoops Friday Night. I'm Dave Ciseski. He's Tony Quach. Dylan Tyson will join us shortly. Tony, plenty of teams in non-conference action tonight as we approach the holiday season.
That's right, Dave. What would be a better gift heading into Christmas break than with a victory on Friday night?
The undefeated T-Birds hosting the Van Wert Cougars. Going back to 2013, these two squads have met 10 times. LCC getting 6 wins and a point differential so far, plus 62 in 4 games, undefeated. Spoiler alert, that trend would continue. Jordan Pretty backs his man down in the paint and hits the turnaround jumper. LCC up 35-18. Still in the second quarter, Cougars trying to claw back as Rylan Miller works his way to the hoop and hits the short jumper, but the deficit still at 17. Under a minute to go in the half, and a miss off Angelo Collins gets the board and the bucket, lead pushed to 21. Second half, Willie Foster goes down low to Billy Burke with a touch pass to Jamar Foster, and Foster rises up and splashes home the triple, 46-23 LCC. Spartans looking to keep the pedal to the floor. As Willie Foster goes baseline with the reversal and the finish, T-Birds win 75-45. They remain unbeaten. Coming off a big win over Crestview last week, the Spencerville Bearcats host the Max Minster Wildcats. The series split in the last 10. However, the Bearcats look to make it 3 in a row head-to-head. First quarter tied at 6 when Ian Homan with the outlet pass to Brogan Steffi, who sends the one-handed cross-court dime to Cole McClurg, who pulls up and buries the 3 from way downtown. Wildcats up 3. Spencerville would answer as Will Sensabaugh with the up fake and then drains the jumper, deficit cut to 1. Moving ahead, Carter Sudoff with the board and the pass down court to Owen Sensabaugh, who gets the lay-in and a game high and career high of 23 for the sophomore. Bearcats up 3. But Minster would respond as Connor Schmeezing finds Steffi and he hits the crossover dribble and sinks the 3 from the wing, all tied up. But the Bearcats too much as Minster gets another bucket from Sensabaugh in transition. Spencerville wins 68-51. Over to Perry with the Commodores. We're hosting the Wapakoneta Redskins. Doors have struggled offensively to begin this season. Wapak enters the night first in defense in the WBL, just giving up 40 a game. First quarter, Perry up 2-1 when Caden Page goes up for the bucket. Redskins take the lead by 1. Next time down, Nate Metzger works his way down low and gets around the defense as he hits the bucket in the lane. Then off the inbounds, Perry's Zamir Daniel goes strong to the hoop. Deficit cut to 2 at that point, but the Skins too much as Cash Shadle cashes in for the triple. Wapak wins 44-35.
Over in Harrod, the Allen East Mustangs take on the Corey Rawson Hornets. The Mustangs have won 7 of the last 9 meetings against these Hornets. Less than 3 to play in the first quarter. Off the miss, Carson Reese is right there for the board and the score. Hornets now trail 9-2. A few plays later, Trey Hensley finds Grant Slusser and he hits the J. Home team now leads by 9. To the second, Mustangs up by 8. Ethan Young drives to the hole and he sends it home. Allen East leads by 10. 2 minutes left before the half, and the ball finds Ethan Young, and Young hands 3 on the board. Mustangs win 56-33. We wrap up the action in Allen County with some girls hoops. Bath takes on Marion Local as part of the CUPE Holiday Classic. It's a tie game in the first. Ann Oliver gets the rebound and the score. Bath leads 11-9. Flyers now trail by 2, and the ball finds Nora Eckstein, and the senior hits the 3. Marion Local leads 19-18. In the third, Bath playing some defense. It's Oliver with the steal and the bucket on the other end. Wildcats up by 1. Now it's Audrey Winter with the 3 ball. Flyers win 43-38 and will play in the finals tomorrow against Notre Dame at noon. We need to take our first break on Hoops Friday Night. When we come back, we have plenty of action from Putnam County. Catch highlights from OG, Pandora Gilboa, Columbus Grove, and more. Stick around after the break. Welcome back. The Rockets of Pandora Gilboa enter Friday with a 6-0 record as they take on featured BVC member, the Lipstick Vikings, who are 4-1. These 2 Putnam County foes meet in a Hoops Friday Night Spotlight game.
This Hoops Friday Night Spotlight game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
The Rockets do have the upper hand with a 10-2 record in the last 12 meetings. The Lipstick has won 14 out of 24 against PG since 2010. In the third, Vikings are down by 4. Jace Breck nails the jump shot. Lipstick now trails 23-21. Down the court, Aiden Harris drives to the rack and works the glass for 2. Home team now leads by 4. A few possessions later, Rockets showing off their passing game. It's Harris again taking charge and dropping it through the net. PG goes up 29-21. Lipstick is trying to come back. Ty Lammers with the ball, and he draws the contact. A few spins later, that bucket is good. Vikings now trail by 6. But the Rockets are not letting up. Harris to Nate Mag, and we have liftoff. The senior with a one-handed flush. Pandora Gilboa goes on to win 48-37. We'll make a short trip over to Ottawa. The OG Titans look to extend their winning streak to 6 straight games as they bow to Leo Bowser. Opening possession for the Titans, and Colin White gets us started in a big way. The Ohio State Buckeye rocks the rim with a one-handed slam. Titans lead by 2. OG now leads by 5. Greg Tomasis pulls up and hits the J. Titans are out to a 7-0 lead. Later in the quarter, White to Tomasis, and the junior tacks on 2 more. OG now leads 9-2. Titans moving the ball around. It finds Grant Schrader, and number 3 buries the 3. It's now an 8-point lead for OG. And the Titans are not letting up. Kane Erfer gets the pass, and boom goes the dynamite. Titans roll to a 77-56 win. From Ottawa to Columbus Grove, the Dogs of CG take on Patrick Henry Patriots. Grove has a 10-2 record versus PH since 2011. However, the Patriots have taken the last 2 means against the Bulldogs. In the 4th, Grove leads by 3. Trent Barraza bounces it to Bo Bernesser, and the senior gets the lay-in. Home team leads 42-37. Moments later, Landon Best spots up and buries the J. The Bulldogs take a 44-37 lead. Patriots try to close the gap as Lincoln Krager from downtown. He nails the 3 ball. Patrick Henry still down by 7. Road team continues to keep pace as Mac Heber gets the hoop and the harm. Patriots now trail by 5. But Grove would not let up. Bernesser finds Barraza, and the junior finds the score. Columbus Grove wins their 3rd straight game. 53-47 is your final.
First matchup of the century between Kalata and Antwerp tonight. Archers undefeated on the season, doing it on both sides of the court. 2nd in the GMC on offense and defense. Antwerp showing off that offense early as Carson Altimus with the corner triple. Road team up 3-0. Next time down up 3-2. Landon Brewer stretching the floor with a 3 of his own. Lead pushed to 4. Wildcats showing they've got range as well. Jackson Hoffman hits the jump stop, then finds Jacob Siebenek, who dials up the deep triple. Deficit cut to 1. Brewer using his 6'4 frame, though, for the bucket in the paint. Makes it a 3-point lead for the Archers. Back and forth, however, as Braylon Smith with a pivot. And then the bucket down low. Again, a 1-point game. But the Archers outlast the Wildcats as Brewer sinks the 3 ball. Antwerp wins 46-45 and remain unbeaten. Now we send it over to Dylan Tyson.
Well, thanks, Dave. We got one more Putnam County team to check on tonight. The Fort Jennings Musketeers look to reverse a 3-game skid, but they come face-to-face with an Ayersville team they haven't beaten since 2017. In fact, the Pilots have not only won 5 in a row against Jennings, but 10 of the last 11 meetings. Both squads come into tonight looking to reverse their fates this season with 2 wins each and negative point differentials. First half winding down, it's Ayersville up by 11. Garrett Flory getting points in the paint to send the Pilots into the locker room with a 31-18 lead, and Flory will also have the first bucket of the second half, laying it in off the high glass, extending the lead to 15. Fort Jennings needs to get something going. Brant Nenke forces a turnover, and it takes it to the other end to juice up the home crowd, and moments later, the Musketeers do it again. Owen Calvilage takes it away and into the nylon, but they still trail 34-25. And Flory, the Ayersville senior, all over the floor in this 3rd quarter, finds even more points for the Pilots. They go on to win 49-40. Down to Auglaize County now. Another non-conference matchup, an annual one since 2012. Marion local, 7-4 against St. Mary's. But 3 of those Rough Rider wins have come in the last 4 games. Flyers, meanwhile, playing just their 2nd of the year after football season once again ran through December. So they're still trying to find their groove, trailing by 12 after halftime. Here's Austin Niekamp, the 6'8" junior with points in the paint, 25-15. But the Rough Riders only heating up. Jace Turner from downtown, bang! And they'll keep charging on. Just seconds later, Noah Payne with another assist, this time to Evan Angstman. St. Mary's catches fire. Timeout Marion local 32-19. Flyers managing the turbulence. Grant Kramer from downtown. It's back to a 10-point deficit, but they won't slow down the Riders. Angstman under the rim gets the contested shot off for 6 unanswered points. St. Mary's wins 58-39, and Coach Dan Hegemeyer is 1 win away from 600 in his career. A couple of 3-win teams going head-to-head. Temple Christian while perfect at home this season, is still seeking their first road win. And tonight they travel to New Knoxville in a matchup that was once dominated by the Rangers, but as of late it's been the Pioneers, winning 4 of the last 7. So New Knoxville looking to turn back the tide, and that's Jay Schrader getting points in the paint and the and one to put the Rangers up by 1 early in the first. But Temple's dropping daggers from downtown. Here's Alex Patrick, the Pioneer junior, for 3, and then just seconds later, how about sophomore Derek Schultz pulling up with a hand in his face, but he's money, and Temple's back on top 10-5. Into the second, tied at 14, Schrader wants to reclaim the lead for New Knoxville. He's got the triple, and how about already 14 points for himself in a 17-14 ball game? These teams trading punches all night. Isaiah Kaiser finds Patrick on the other end as Temple Christian knots it back up. Pioneers win this barn burner by 3, 49-46. And still plenty of highlights to share from Van Wert and Hardin County Hoops tonight, plus the annual Allen County Wrestling Tournament on the mats this morning. Tony was there with the highlights after our final break on Hoops Friday night.
Welcome back. Coming off their first defeat of the season, the Crestview Knights look to get back to business as they take on the St. John's Blue Jays. The Jays, who come in with a max top offense averaging over 64 a game, and at 4-1 have outscored their opponents in those 4 wins 275-166. Over to Ray Etzler Gymnasium, where the Knights look to get back to what's made them so effective at 29-5 over the past 2 years. Last season, sporting the top defense in the NWC. Cam Elwer, other plans. Starting off in the first quarter, ball goes to Elwer in the corner. He shoots the 3-ball, splash, nothing but net. St. John's up 7-0. A few possessions later, Crestview feeds it to their big man. It's Connor Sheets with a tip-in bucket and drawing the foul. The 3-point play has the Knights trailing by 2. Ended the first quarter, though. Braxton Leith drives right, kicks it to Tommy Hefner, who takes the jumper, puts it in to give Crestview an 11-9 lead to end the first. Into the second, the Blue Jays start getting hot. Elwer passes to Austin Munter, and the senior drills the 3-pointer. St. John's goes up 16-13. And then it's the hot hand again. Elwer pulling the deep 3 from the top of the key and burying it. Blue Jays offense stays hot. They defeat Crestview 62-44.
The other game in town for Van Wert County, Lincoln View looks for their first home court win of the year, hosting an Ottoville team that's won 6 of these last 7 meetings and is perfect on the road this season. Starting off in the mid-second quarter, Chase Overholt shoots the corner 3 and swishes, nothing but net. Lancers trail by 3, then it's Ottoville on the attack. Michael Turnwald drives the lane, then with a great look to a cutting Jace Langhouse, the layup finish puts the Big Green up 32-28. Into the third now, Landon Horseman gets the offensive board, kicks it out to Turnwald for the open 3, cans the bucket, and the Big Green go up by 6. Lincoln View's trying to respond. Creston Toe makes a move to the lane, stumbles but keeps his balance, flicks up the floater and sinks it. Lancers trail 34-42. Final minute of the third quarter now. It's Turnwald calling his own number, takes the turnaround fadeaway J. Number 24 looking like 24 in the purple and gold there. Is the Big Green D offense working its best tonight. They defeat Lincoln View 71-50. And finally tonight, USV's coming off an overtime heartbreaker against Shawnee. They're fired up for redemption against the Van Loo Wildcats, a team that's still looking for their first win. USV won't let them find it tonight. Third quarter, Rams up 50-12. Maddox Underwood steps into and buries the 3. Then a few plays later, it's Bo Sanders following up on his own miss, drops it back in, 55-12 later in the corner. Mason Thompson gets the rebound. He gets the free throw J to fall. Rams in cruise control. Ensuing possession, Rams running the break. Alex Sanders takes it all the way to the hoop for 2. Everything going well for the home team. They're up by 4. And the Rams keep adding on as Sanders is able to grab the board and he lays it home. The Rams win this one 73-22 over Van Loo. Let's get you caught up on the rest of the scores from tonight's non-conference slate. Elsewhere in Hardin County, the Kenton offense explodes 91-57. They're perfect against Waynesfield Goshen in 9 meetings and moved to 4-3 on the season. Their WBL rivals Salina pulling off the 1-point upset over Versailles for their first win over the Tigers since 2020 and for the Tigers' first loss of this season, 42-41, the final. More WBL versus MAC action. Coldwater remains perfect and puts an end to Shawnee's 4-game winning streak, 48-46. And the MAC's Fort Recovery improves to 4-2 against the team from South Adams, Indiana, 39-37. Fort Recovery's won the last 3 in this matchup. Finley on the road to Toledo to take on Whitmer, and that's a Northern Lakes League win for the undefeated Trojans, 67-45. They're now 2-0 in the Northern Lakes League in their division, and Miller City has now won 5 games in a row. They take down Van Buren 40-27. Their only loss of the season thus far came in overtime in the season opener.
Over in Paulding County, where the Panthers improved to 5-1 with a 55-33 win. In Shelby County League, Russia with the 65-46 win. Botkins remains unbeaten in conference with 63-31 win over Houston. And Fort Loramie with a nail-biter over Fairlawn 39-37. And the Raiders of Wayne Trace with the 74-51 win. And that's all for basketball action and scores. But Tony, you got a taste of this morning's action on the wrestling mats in Bluffton.
The 20th annual Allen County Wrestling Tournament took place earlier today in Bluffton. We start off in the 106. Isaac Myers of Allen East earns 2 points for the takedown. He wins this third round match 8-5 en route to a first place finish. To the 113, Shawnee's Tate Ditto gets the pinfall in 51 seconds. This Indian goes on to capture the championship in his weight class. To the 120s, Carter Deppy from Bath records the pinfall in 1 minute 18 seconds for the second round dub. He takes the #1 spot on the podium. Up to the 126, Cale Dodson of Shawnee pins his guy in 3 minutes and 8 seconds in the first round. He is your champion in this weight class. Now we have Elida Skylar Kirk receiving the pair of points for this takedown. The Bulldog senior captures the gold in the 132 weight class. Here's Edward Kesson of St. John's earning 3 points for a near fall. This Blue Jay wins 19-3 Viva Tech fall in the first round. He is your 138-pound weight class champion. To the 144s, Jordan Neal of Allen East picks up 2 points for the takedown. He goes on to win by pinfall in 2 minutes, 19 seconds, and brings home the gold for Allen East. We're now in the 150s. Miles McDormand of AE earns the pinfall win in 45 seconds in the first round. He adds another gold crown for the Mustangs. Now it's his teammate Trent Gatchell picking up 2 points for the takedown. He wins his first round match Viva pinfall in 1 minute, 35 seconds, and goes on to place at the top of the podium. And the Mustangs continue to rack up the points. Here's Jacob Pinks of Allen East getting 2 for the takedown. He goes on to pin his man in 2 minutes, 53 seconds, and is your champion in the 157 weight class. To the 175 is the host school's very own Kyle Basil getting a reversal, and this Bluffton Pirate pins his man in 3 minutes and 20 seconds in the third round. He goes on to win the championship today. Now it's Preston Cobbler of Shawnee receiving 2 points for the takedown. He captures the title in the 190 weight class. Shawnee will also win the team title with 256 points. In the 215s, Brogan Paxton from Allen East gets 2 for the takedown in third round. Mustangs will have another individual champion in this tournament. And finally, in the heavyweights, stop me if you heard this already, the Mustangs have another individual champion as Kaiden Culbertson earns the first round pinfall win in 68 seconds. And congratulations to all the winners of this event.
And that's how we wrap up our 4th week of Hoops Friday Night. Thank you to everyone who helps us put together the show, and thank you to everyone for tuning in.
Dave and I will be off for the holidays, but don't worry, Dwayne and Dylan will have you guys covered for the next few days. Thank you for watching, take care, and have a safe holiday.
Merry Christmas, everyone.